Hi, everyone. It's time for our monthly health webinars. So, today we're going to be talking about commercial insurance as far as when it comes to health insurance, benefits packages, and those kind of things. We won't be really covering like the general liability and stuff. We will also talk this time a good bit about individual health and Medicare as their open enrollments are here now. And so we want to focus on that and on trying to get you ready for that as well. So let's get started. Health insurance is, for companies, it's broken up into the ACA plans. Then you have the ACA alternative plans. You get self-funded plans. For companies, it works pretty much like it did before. The only thing is with the ACA plans, pre-existing conditions cannot be excluded for any period of time. Pregnancy cannot be excluded for any period of time. So that is basically how that works. Some of the old plans covered enough that they were able to be grandfathered in. Some of the old plans were willing to make little small adaptations to where they could be grandfathered in. So that covers your basic health. The self-funded and covers everything like an ACA type plan. If you don't use up all the money by the end of the year, then after all claims have come in and been paid, a check would be cut to the business owner, and he could use that check any way he sees fit. But we recommend that he uses it to put back into the business, put it back into his employees' health care to lower their cost. ACA alternatives have anywhere from a 12 to 24 month pre-existing condition clause. This is important to remember. Some pre-existing conditions are rate up, so that's also something to remember. Those are things to look at and things to remember. Let's see here. Now let's go to the benefits package. As far as the rest of it, you have your life, you have your retirement planning, which we talked about on the 10th. We won't go into big details on that. You can look at our life and retirement planning webinar for that. You got accident plans, cancer, critical illness, hospital indemnity, disability, dental, vision. These are all supplemental health plans. These are great because one, it keeps the employee from being able to come back to the employer when they have a health event and say that they need money, and they asking the employer for money because these plans will pay them the money and help them out. The other thing is it helps lower workers' comp rate with certain policies within that. It also helps build customer loyalty. The larger your benefits package is, then the more attractive you are as an employer, both to your current employees and to employees that are coming in to work for you as new employees. So these are things to remember. Also, we know when to use a cafeteria plan and when a cafeteria plan is not really effective. Cafeteria plans have fees involved in them. They also will tax when you draw off your benefit versus being able to get the full benefit that you're expecting. So these are things to remember. Now let's move on to, let's also talk about one more thing. There's group Medicare. This is for the retiring and your employees at retirement age. You can get them off your under 65 health plan to keep your costs low there and have them on a group Medicare plan. That's one thing that would be very good. Oh, excuse me. The next thing we want to talk about is regular Medicare for individuals. And basically, regular Medicare is broken up into several parts. You got Medicare Part A, which is your hospitalization. You got your Medicare Part B, which is doctors and specialists. These do cover more than just that, but that's basically what they're meant for. Medicare Part A is going to cover up to 90 days in a hospital. You'll have one-time lifetime reserve of about 30 days that you can use. And once used up, then you won't have them. Depending on how long you're in the hospital will determine what your copay is. Your deductible is revolving every 90 days. So once you're released from the hospital after 90 days, you have a new deductible if you go back in. After the 90 days or after your lifetime reserve days is used up, if you're still in the hospital, you pay 100% of the hospital cost. Medicare Part A usually does not have a deductible. Does not have a premium. Sorry about that. It does not usually have a premium unless you have not paid in enough credits. Medicare Part B has a premium and its deductible is around $183. And that's for the year. One way to save on this is to get either a supplement, which it can be very expensive, starts out at around $99 to $100 for an individual, and every year it goes up. You also have to buy your Part D separate, or you could get a Medicare Advantage. You'll have one deductible for the year, and it covers your Part A and your Part B. You'll have small co-insurances and co-pays. We can offset this with like a hospital indemnity and with like cancer and critical illness policy, things like that. We can also sell you a dental and vision policy. Medicare Part C / Advantage also usually comes with like a gym membership, hearing, dental, vision, different things like that to help basically keep seniors active and keep the disabled active. Medicare is for the disabled under 65 and for seniors. Can be used for low income people. So there's those things. Part D is your prescription drug coverage. You'll have a premium. You'll have a deductible. You'll have co-insurances and co-pays with it. Also, with Medicare Part B and D, if you do not sign up when you first become eligible, then you will have a late penalty. With Part D, it's 1% for each month that you did not sign up that you were eligible. Part B is around 10% for each month that you were not eligible. So these basically go for life. You'll be paying these penalties for the rest of your life once you sign up. So best to sign up when you first become eligible. Now for the individual under 65 health, which can also be done for families. You got your ACA plans, which is your Affordable Care Act plans, or your Obamacare, or your exchange plans. You may know them by any of these. This is where you're going to healthcare.gov. We can help you with these. We have the big name carriers in these in all of our states. They start out at around $750 and go up from there a month. But when you get a subsidy, it lowers that cost. I've seen plans be with the subsidy and cost sharing be free, and basically you have very few little co-pays and co-insurances. I've seen them where you'll have a $75 premium. So if we can get you that sweet subsidy, we will. Let's see here. Then you have your ACA alternatives. Again, has a pre-existing condition clause where they can exclude or rate up because of pre-existing conditions for 12 to 24 months. Including on pregnancy. Then there is the short-term pre-existing conditions are never covered with a short-term. But the ACA alternatives, the short-term and the short-duration medical health, tend to be more affordable, but you don't get a subsidy or cost sharing with them. The short-duration medical health plan is another one. And basically the short term and the short duration medical health plan are what you might consider temporary insurances. Short term goes anywhere from 1 month to almost a year being covered. When I say almost a year, we're talking about 1 day from a year. The short duration medical health plan will cover you for a year to 3 years before you have to renew it. The short duration medical health plan, because it has a pre-existing condition clause of 12 months, if You have 2 to 3 years. If you renew it in your second year, then or in your third year, then the first plan will basically cover the pre-existing conditions while you're going through that pre-existing condition phase, so that basically you're keeping your pre-existing conditions covered and you're keeping coverage. So that's basically how you want to work that. Um, all of these are good plans. All of these can be affordable. They can all be not affordable, um, depending on the situation. Um, let's see here. You can also get the supplemental health that's part of a benefits package, such as your accident, cancer, critical illness, hospital indemnity, disability, um, vision, dental, and so forth with these plans. We don't recommend all of these with an ACA client because it can cost you your subsidy. Um, we cover the states of Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, and Michigan. If you're interested in either selling these type of plans or if you want to get an appointment to talk about your options and to sign up for a health plan or a commercial benefits package plan, give us a call 662 912 3914. Again, that number is 662 912 3914. Or you can PM us, or you can comment healthcare in the comment section below. Thank you and have a nice day.